For this segment. He's deliciously cute orange tabby kitten who has many sweet layers. He's just one of the kitties that was rescued by our EAMTs or animal paramedics. He was just a few days old when they picked him up. He was raised in a foster home with Amber, and he's just a purring machine. He's purring in my arms right now, but he's just super spunky and playful, great with dogs, cats, kids. He just is a typical orange tabby. You just add them to any home and they're perfect. The dogs and cats at our Second Chance Animal Hospital are still in need of ground canned food. Now, I didn't bring any ground canned food to show today, but that's because we don't have any on our shelves. We are completely out. We do use the ground food to make medicine meatballs and administer each pet's daily dose of medication in our trauma center so they can heal up and make a full recovery. Donations are most needed at our Sunny Slope campus where our trauma center is.
Well, let's meet a few other adoptable, adorable canines on today's show. This is Lily, a dainty Papillon mix with an elegant build and butterfly-like ears. Tanya, tell us all about Lily.
Well, Lily also has butterfly fur because it is going everywhere at the moment. But she is a 4-year-old Papillon, so whether you live in an apartment or you live on acres of farmland, she's going to be a great addition to your household. She is going to be active, so she's going to still want walks and to be a part of the family. She's a little shy, but once you get to know her, she warms up quite well. She is trained, house trained, and leash trained. And then she takes her job very as a bed warmer. So if you have a big bed and you would love a little help, come down and meet her because she would love to fulfill that job.
Oh, Lily is such a wizard at attracting Oz when you carry her around. She's so beautiful.
Rocky, a Pekingese, was rescued by our EAMTs as a stray with an injured eye. Our vets performed a complicated surgery to remove his eye, and now Rocky is enjoying the comforts of home with the Hernandez family. The family is particularly fond of Pekingese breed, and they may decide to adopt Rocky as part of our Homeward Bound program. Once Rocky has made his full recovery, you can get more information on how you can foster to adopt by visiting azhumane.org/homewardbound.
Now, we don't need to say much about these two pups that are hanging out with volunteers Lisa and Andrea. Lisa, I love Puerto's blue eyes. Tell us about these two 14-week-old pups.
Well, these guys are the opposite of the dog that Tanya just had. They know nothing. They need the works. They're just 14-week-old puppies, and big. They're going to be big puppies, Labrador mixes, but they are very, very energetic, as you can see, and they will need training the works. They were part of an unwanted litter. So we want to always stress to our viewers the importance always of spaying and neuter. Although puppies are cute, we don't need more unwanted litters in Maricopa County. Spaying and neutering is the way we can only get a control on that.
Well, boy, they are playful. They run around if they were on a caffeine drip. And pet overpopulation is out of control in our community, and every year thousands of pets end up homeless in shelters around the valley. A generous donor has provided free spay-neuter funding for pet owners in Laveen. So if you live in the 85339 zip code, just call the number right there on your screen to make an appointment today.
Well, just like the Disney movie American Tail, Fievel is a true example of a pet's resilience and determination. Perry, this kitten wasn't found floating in a bottle like the movie. He was actually found in a box. Tell us his story.
Right. Well, that was Felix Mauskowitz. This is Felix Fievel Katowitz, I guess, the Phoenix Katowitzes. And like in the movie, he was separated from his parents, but in a much more dramatic way. Ashley, you were right. Found in a box with his brother, taped shut, laying in an alley in the middle of June, very, very hot day. It is surprising that this little cat and his brother made it. They were in really bad shape. They went off to foster care for 5 weeks, actually, which is a long time for foster, for something like that, for just kind of getting back into the healthy realm. And they're looking for that forever home now. And in the American Tail movie, they did get reunited. It was a happy ending. Let's do the same thing for Mr. Fievel here.
Well, this story just breaks my heart, that poor little guy. But thankfully, there's hope and a happy ending for this little peanut there.
Well, it's time for this week's rescue story. A young kitten was stuck in a storm drain for about 4 days until someone finally called AHS. EAMT Stephanie and Ruthie worked so hard to rescue the little tabby kitten who was about 20 feet down in the drain and lift him to safety.
Some things are relatively simple to break in, shoes, for example, but puppies, not so much. That's just one of the advantages to adopting an adult dog. Linda, tell us about 1-year-old Sylvia here. She's got a firm grip on all of the basic commands.
Oh, this is Sylvia. She's just about 1 year old, but she's really actually quite mature for a 1-year-old, and she's incredibly mellow and Look how wonderful she is with children. We think she might be a mix of a lab and beagle. Her fur isn't it extra soft? That fur is so extra soft. We just had her out on the leash in the back, and she wanders wonderfully on the leash. She knows some basic commands. She's not totally food motivated, but I just gave her some treats, and here she is acting like a perfect princess. This is Sylvia. She's about 1 year old, and we think she might be just a mix of a lab, beagle, perfect combination of sporting and hunting dog. She's wonderful athletic, great for hikes, walking, and swimming. This is Sylvia.
Just the perfect sized dog. Beagle, lab, you can take her anywhere. She's hardy enough to go for hikes and long walks, but yet she fits just perfectly on a couch too. And she's doing really great with the kiddos in the studio today too. I can see her being part of a family for sure.
Absolutely. Well, stay tuned and you can meet this little kitty Lacey and hear about AHS's legislation efforts when we come back.